Hello and welcome to Game 3 of the Game 3 Seed 2 of Carey Baptist Grammar versus Balwyn High in the StarCraft Australian High School StarCraft 2 League, or something of that nature. It is WhyByRhy spawning as the purple, purple Zerg in the top right representing Carey. Bottom left we have begopa spawning as the red Protoss representing Balwyn High. Pylon going down the bottom of the ramp now again, third game in a row, likely going to see a forge, then an expand from begopa, and given that this is Cloud Kingdom, we're probably going to see another variation of this, of some sort of 7 gateway shenanigans, or lots of gateways and killing off the Zerg player. Which I'm told it tends to work a lot. I'm told, because I haven't played StarCraft 2 in a while. Yeah, I'm bad, I apologize. But I haven't played StarCraft in a while, it's been busy. That's my excuse, it's been busy. So we do see the probe from begopa streaming into, not streaming, I guess slinking into WhyByRhy's base. Slinking. Casually strolling. Although, given that he's a probe, I don't think he actually strolls. Casually hovering into WhyByRhy's base. And while I digress on these topics, we do see a hatchery being thrown down by WhyByRhy and a forge halfway there from begopa. Probe's just hovering, sliding, gliding circles around WhyByRhy's base. You see a spawning pool has gone down now for WhyByRhy. Very standard. Both players have done the exact same thing 3 games in a row. Nexus flying down now for begopa on 17 of 18, and this is exactly what you would expect looking at the past 2 games. And we're likely going to see a still by the books game from these 2 players. Cannon going down. There's been no attempt at a cannon shenanigans on this map again. We did see a cannon of a pylon behind mineral line cannon attempt in the first game, and then a route blocking, passage blocking attempt on Tal'Darim in the second game. begopa did choose Cloud Kingdom for the third game. Expansion finishing up for WhyByRhy. Gateway is almost done for begopa. Just good standard play from these 2 players. It's pretty good. Spinecrawler going down for WhyByRhy. Interesting choice. Probably expect some sort of a gateway from our Protoss. You have to take both watchtowers. Always something you want to do. Having vision of as vast areas of the map as possible is always a good thing. See begopa hiding his probe up here. Probably going to throw down a pylon, build a whole bunch of gateways, and then go kill his opponent, which is always a good plan. Especially if you know that your opponent doesn't really know how to stop it, which is what was evidenced from last game. Sorry, the first game, sadly enough, for the purple Zerg player, and happily enough for our red Protoss player. Not many probes at his natural expansion, whereas probing pretty hard here. He may want to transfer some to increase his mineral flow. Cybernetic score almost finished. You see there's not much gas being mined. Just two assimilators on the way, plodding away. Roach Swarm finished a while ago. I apologize, I'm terrible. Drones being made, roaches being made. Look at the unit counting station, 31 probes to 20 drones. WhyByRhy probably could drone a bit harder if he wanted to. In fact, that'd be something I would recommend to him if I knew him and could talk to him. Which I probably can actually. I do know the guy. He's a pretty nice guy. And I'm sure begopa is as well. Skilled as a StarCraft 2 player and as a human being. As all well-rounded StarCraft 2 players are. I'm rambling now. I apologize. But there's not much happening. But we do see a whole bunch of gateways going down now. That makes 5, 4, plus that 5, 7, 6. 6. I can't count. I apologize. And there goes the 7th one. So we're likely going to see a 7-gate attack from begopa. Still no queen at his natural for WhyByRhy. Horrid mistake. Building a whole bunch of roaches and not using them. Never something you want to do. If you're going to be building units as a Zerg player, you'll want to use them. Otherwise, build drone. I mean, this may end up being a good idea in the long run for WhyByRhy, given all these gateways going down. But it's not really something he's seen. So, given the scouting information that he's got, this is probably a mistake. He wants to build many more drones than he's got. A little extractor trick from forgetting to build his overlord. I apologize. There are seeds. Here, 38 harvesters, 31. WhyByRhy is not having a good day in the harvester count. Here we go. Whole bunch of sentries again. Sentries, gas intensive. Zealots, not so gas intensive. Sentries for all your gas. Zealots, put the remaining minerals into zealots. Always a good idea in terms of gas mineral income. Stalkers popping up. More zealots being warped, and we should see the beginnings of an attack here now. Yes, there we go. And WhyByRhy has now seen it. He knows what's coming. And he's sort of... There he goes. He's moving out now. Not much he can do with a high sentry count. This will come down to sentry force field placements. More roaches desperately being built by WhyByRhy. He is going down now from some decent, excellent force field placement there. The zealots just killing off everything. If we look at the angle, which is brilliant for those zealots, and he's going to slowly overtake these roaches. And there he goes, more force field placement. Decent, very decent. Bit of a waste of his placement there, but it's alright. And he's taking down the queen. He's taking down these roaches. There's not much he can do. He's streaming in now, moving forward and killing off the overlords. The natural, he is going to sack the natural, and he could end the game right now if he so chooses. Spinecrawl is desperately being placed down by WhyByRhy. Desperately building as many roaches as possible. He's going to catch every single one that pops out here at the natural. Running down with his drones, trying desperately to kill this. If we look at the unit counting station, 38 from 24 drones, it's not going to go well for WhyByRhy. These attackers moving up the ramp, killing off the roaches as they go. The stalker count is decently high. The sentries still have a decent... No force field energy left. It just doesn't matter with this many units warping in, killing. WhyByRhy may be able to kill off this wave, but these roaches at the bottom of the ramp are going to be abandoned and going to sell their lives dearly, but off they go, dead. They do manage to pick off one zealot, but they're going to be finished off quite quickly by these stalkers. Trying to shoot down this pylon with his roaches, and it may work, but it has split his force, and that means he can't concentrate and hit him hard like begopa is. That may have been a decent exchange had the two elements of the roach army from WhyByRhy been together, but unfortunately I do believe WhyByRhy is going to have to tap out in this third game very fast. 7-gate, excellently, brilliantly executed 7-gate attack by begopa, and it wasn't even all in. It wasn't even all in looking at these probe counts. We look here, these just going to keep... WhyByRhy may be able to in fact finish off this attack, but with these fresh stalker warp-in reinforcements coming in, especially with these damaged roaches, there's not much that WhyByRhy can really do. Desperately trying to micro to whatever advantage he can get, but with more and more units being warped in, there's just not really that. But he does manage to repulse the first attack, but again, if you look at the unit counting station, 18 drones to 38 probes. He is half his opponent's worker count, and here we go. This will be the last wave. I do believe there is enough units here to sack the main base as well, streaming in. This clear superiority in forces, just demolishing WhyByRhy's roach army. Even as he turns around desperately to micro against this final attack, the Stalker's just picking off the last of these roaches, and just even a desperate drone pull may be able to finish off this wave as well, but I doubt it. There's just not much that he can do, especially with this trio of Stalker reinforcements. There we go. GG, well played. called by WhyByRhy, and Balwyn High does go up in this overall game series, which I don't know the results of, but begopa does take seed 2 of the Carey versus Balwyn High series. He does win seed 2-1, and his team will be happy about that. I've been Steamed Rise. Pleasure casting for you. See you next time. And make sure you go check out StarCraft 2 High School League in Australia. Thank you.